all the votes. Put any loose articles in mind. It was established in 1970 the reserve at the Little Terry Forest. Over.
Kingdom-1. Keep your eyes open and drive carefully. You should see lots of animals.
Roger Wilson, we will certainly do that. Over. Right up on the hills to the left, there are some orange animals with vertical white stripes. Those are called bongo. Bongo are known as the ghosts of the forest because they are so rarely seen. But in fact, they are the only known relative of the giraffe. There's one all the way in the back on the right. And right in the middle on either side of the way.
You see him? Very nice.
They're sleeping.
See the big horn on his nose? You see him up there in the hill?
And you'll see the forest around here is pretty to the right. Please stay seated back there, guys. Please stay seated. Hippos spend most of their day under the surface of the water to get out of the sun. If they left the water for too long, their skin would dry out and they would overheat. Water at nighttime. People search for miles in every direction for grass to eat. They can pull up over 150 meters. To the left of the nest of our white-breasted cormorants, and all the big white birds are pink-backed pelicans. They're good team players. They work together to herd fish into the shallows so that they're easier to swim and eat. There's also a couple of those white-breasted cormorants swimming around down there.
So the pelican?
And they use their super strong jaws to crush pretty much everything, including the bones of their prey. They really like my bones, so let's get out of here. Animals. And speaking of different, this big tree on the right is called a baobab tree. It stores water in that big trunk and goes leafless for 9 months out of the year. Those are the ways it helps preserve itself during long periods of droughts. And this is my favorite view of the entire reserve. The beautiful Serengeti grasslands stretch for hundreds of miles across East Africa. It's a super highway. And up in the hills to the left, hiding out, there are some large tannish for everyone. And over on the right-hand side, we're going to get a great look at a reticulated giraffe. Reticulated giraffes get their name from the Latin word reticulata, which means nut-like, and the Arabic word giraffe, which means one who goes gracefully. When the giraffes are born, they're about 6 feet tall. There's a baby giraffe on the left. When they're born, they're about 6 feet tall, but when they're fully grown, the males get to be 20 feet in height, making them the tallest land animals in the whole world. Termite mounds. The termites create them using their own saliva along with the dirt around them. And when they sit in the sun, they bake and get as hard as concrete. Over the right hand side, there's another couple of those little zigzag across the savanna. That helps them to avoid being eaten.
They can run fast.
Sometimes. Now on the left between those trees there are some gray animals. Those are white bearded wildebeest. Alright, now I'm in the mood for a little music, so let's see what's playing on Harambe Radio today.
See him, Peanut? Way back there. Way back there. See him? Elephant. Way back there.
Whoa, holy yank, holy. Let's get off of this thing. Okay. On either side of us, you're going to see the red clay pits, and it looks like Wilson was right. A herd of elephants has been through here recently. Elephants actually eat the clay. Now, the elephant calves tend to stick pretty close to their moms. They will mimic their every behavior. That's so when they become adults, they'll have the skills they need to survive on the road. And that's why our warden Wilson was so concerned when that baby wandered off earlier.
Is that a baby?
Now, does anyone have a guess how much elephants can eat? Still should they come on the reserve to kill the elephants for their tusks. But the best way we can help them is to learn more about them. There's some more Impala and Tommies on the hillside. More elephants on the left-hand side having a little breakfast.
See him? What are they doing?
Coloring from the beta carotene they find in brine shrimp, small fish, and small reptiles. And if you see the gray ones, those are this year's hatchlings. They are gray now, but look at their full pinkish coloring in about a year. Widespread conservation and anti-poaching efforts, their populations are returning to sustainable levels. Also coming from the left are some of my favorite animals. These little brown guys with white faces and tails are called Bontebok. They actually have a little purplish glaze. The only place you can see them are on reserves like this one. In the distance on the right, there are some white animals with tan necks. Those are scimitar horned dorks. And there's a nest of eggs on the right. Does anyone know what kind of eggs those are? Ostrich eggs. Those are ostrich eggs. Ostriches are the largest eggs of any bird on Earth. Each one of those eggs weighs between 3 and 5 pounds.
It will be worth it.
Roger Wilson over. If you look up on this hillside in front of us, right in the middle on that little rock, there's a lion. The lions are nocturnal cats, which means they usually remain inactive between 18 and contrary to popular belief, it is the female lions who do most of the hunting. The lionesses will go out at
Look. See him right here? Look. See his little head? Little video.
in geysers. I hate. Oh no, I see the butcher's camp up ahead, but it looks like it's been deserted. We're too late, Wilson. I'm so sorry. Safari just a little bit short. We're headed back to the warden's post now, and from there to short walk back into Providence. Thank you so much for helping us protect our local wildlife. And remember that when you go home, there is so much you can do to conserve.
Are long gone.